everybody, welcome to another episode of Laguna Studios Live, and today today we're not launching anything because it's already live. Usually we're here to launch stuff live, but today, because we are part of Backerkit's Comictopia event, they all launched at the same time, so we're not actually launching anything, but we're still going to talk about it.
We're enjoying the launch. We're celebrating it.
Stuff and things, man.
Launched at 10.
I didn't even realize it had already launched until like an hour or so ago. I went to check something on the page and I was like, "Oh, I'm at $200 already."
Nice. I think I don't want to like brag or nothing, but I think I got first backer on Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah? Awesome.
I'm cool like that. Anyway, so we're here with obviously I'm the studio owner, but like I also actually participated very heavily in the creation of this book. But we got Brian McAvoy here, is the creator. So he wrote this stuff. You and your friends created this, right? It was you created the world.
Yeah, the world, which we'd been calling Gravy Shock for years, because it was based on some slang that was in the world. Part of the world is what we're describing here, and we're calling it Granica because it sounds a lot better than Gravy Shop, because people expect recipes or something when they read the words Gravy Shock.
Gravy Shock is totally in the
alcoholic
book.
Gravy.
Gravy Shock, there's a reference to that in the book, but yeah, we had to relabel it for aesthetic purposes. It's not quite the right word.
Sounds pretty good.
But anyway, and Kelson Steele is the artist. So you're going to be enjoying his fancy pencil work in this book.
Yes, and I am going to be smiling like this throughout the whole stream. So I promise my face muscles aren't hurting that bad.
It's a hell of a ventriloquism act, and
the reading without the moving the lips, the speaking.
It's really good.
It is.
And
I haven't seen him move a bit. Yeah, it's impressive.
And then Fish, you've been on like half of our streams at this point, I think.
I am the official not Lori substitute, so I am always ready to sub in when Lori can't be there for things.
Indeed. And Fish did the colors on here. Mm-hmm. So I think that we were talking about it before we started the stream a little about how well your colors work with Kelson's pencils. It's a really pretty book. And honestly, I was looking at our campaign page earlier and thinking I should put more preview pages up there. Like, I don't have that much preview stuff on there, and you all need to see more.
Yeah.
Because they're beautiful. They're all so beautiful.
Agreed.
And when I say I participated heavily, I helped turn a radio script into a comic script, which is no easy feat, let me tell you. We had to cut so much good stuff, you guys. It's unreal. Like, we had to cut so much good stuff. And we're going to come back to that shortly here. So to put a pin in that. So I helped with that, and then I flatted the book, most of the book. I actually did get somebody to help me when I was running out of time. His name's Joel, I think. Sorry, Joel, I forgot your last name. He'll be in the book too. Like, we're gonna credit him. I'm not gonna
How many Joels are there really?
I don't know, 50. Haven't counted recently. And I also did the letters in this, which is like my first official lettering job. Like, I've done letters before, but like, this is my first full book of letters. So go easy on me because I don't know what I'm doing. This was a hell of a project. Like, it took us a long time to make it happen, and I'm a little bit in shock that it's actually like the day has come and we are releasing this book to the world. Like, it's here.
And not for nothing, you managed this whole project. I mean, like, you hired me on, you kept everything running and organized. That's a big part of getting it made. And kudos, you did a good job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very good job.
To be fair, y'all are really damn easy to work with. Like,
Yeah,
like
sorry
it's
about
this,
that.
this. Sure. Say you're sorry now.
All right,
apologize
Gilson,
now
this
as well,
awesome
because-
artwork is not going to do. We're going to need to ghetto this up a little bit. It can't be this sharp and clean, man.
Yeah,
And I'm going to be a prima donna for the next issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that you have to now we have to make the other you've made the bar very high for this issue, and now we have to maintain or go higher. Like you can't be worse next issue now.
Yeah, I'm going to order a black turtleneck and a beret. I'm going to
Absolutely.
be that guy.
But yeah, no, yeah, you guys were all like everything we were doing. We did a great job on this. Everybody was on the ball. We had 3 false starts trying to make this book go.
When we first started this, I lived in a different state. We used to live in the same time zone.
Yeah. We used to live just a few hours from each other. Like we actually hung out in person occasionally. And now, yeah. And then
No,
I
I've
guess
been hearing you talk about this book forever. I mean, this is what we would talk about after podcasts and stuff. It'd be like, I'm working with my friend and we're trying to turn this radio play into a comic, but it's harder than I thought. And I've been hearing about this forever. So actually seeing that it's done was awesome. Getting to be a part of it, that was even cooler. Because
Yeah, we were originally. I was just like, maybe I can get Fish to do a cover, and then now Fish's hands are on every single page instead. That was originally. I was like, and I actually think Fish, you were originally one of the first people that I had approached to do the lines, to do the pencils for the book, and we had some other person that we had hired who then had to back out, and. The Fish was just too busy. He did not take the job and then quit the job. He said straight up, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. It wasn't, so nothing bad there. And then and we had it that, and then we had a lot of script problems because adapting a radio play with everything is in words for the radio play, right? And then you have to change that into visual. And I know that was really tough for you, Brian. That was really a thing for you.
It was pulling teeth the whole time. And between you and my fiance, Amanda, who's the primary editor on this, y'all kept me in line. And we're like, no, Brian, we don't need this line. But I'm like, but I really like this line. And they're like, no, it's not.
Oh my God.
You think.
but it's so important to the world, but it doesn't push the story forward. But it doesn't matter. I know how you feel, man. I so know how you feel on that.
And I'm gonna blame it on being an engineer, but you had a very your vision of this was in the words, and I remember having to say many times that no, we're gonna show that with the art, and it's so having to cut a bunch of stuff. It looked horrible when we were cutting it from the pages of the original script, but then it ends up being translated in the art. So a lot of that ended up working out. I think it seems like it got easier for you after we started getting art and seeing that. It seemed like it got easier for you. So I hope that was the case.
100%. Once I realized how condensed this had to be, when I wrote the story, I was like, hey, I'm used to writing novel length stuff, so I'm just gonna instead of doing a novel style where the narrator or the out of dialogue stuff can describe a scene, now the players have to say it, and that was a big change. And then to condense that, instead of being able to be like, oh yes, here, let me tell you about the world and this specific TV show that the children are watching, and now it's just no, you get one frame where we see what's on the TV in a tiny rectangle. I'm like, but I thought about that show for 2 days.
That's a spinoff.
Oh man. Every character in the background of every book I work on has a story and a backstory and how they got there, and nobody's ever going to know any of it, and it breaks my heart.
The science and the conceptualization of like, oh, and this is how these ships work, and this is the slang that the spacers use for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there, and we'll fall on it when we need it. But for now, it's a great story about characters who live in what I hope is a very rich world.
It is. We should catch up on comments because we have several. We have people in here commenting before the show started, so thank you guys. Is it Gensai? Says the first person to comment. And I've heard people on like GDQ, on SGDQ say that as uwu.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that means. I'm not, as they say on the streets, savvy with the slang.
I don't even know if I know what it means. I think it's just like a cutesy thing. I've seen it in like anime, but that's all I know it for.
Yeah, I've seen it from, like the anime, like they have the little W for the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it. Yeah. And if Kelson didn't make it clear, he's the baby and we're the old. So.
Oh, I know what it is. I've seen it around, and I looked into it because I was like, "What the hell is that?" And what I found out, I wish I hadn't seen. But
I bet. And then Gensai said, "For real, congratulations on launching."
Thanks, Gensai.
Delaney was also here before and said,
Nice.
"So excited." And then everybody started cheering for us when we went live. Which I actually, they're little celebrating guys. I can't see it when it's tiny like that, but Brian the Legend.
Gensai's got my back.
Let's see. I don't remember why Delaney said that, but I'm positive it was in reference to Kelson's art because that's what we were talking about at that time.
I believe so.
I gotta say, I've been so impressed with Kelson's art on this book. And like to find out after getting a few pages that this was his first book to work on, I was absolutely shocked because like I've worked with a lot of beginning creators and stuff. I've never seen like this kind of quality of artwork in somebody's first book. And like I always tell people, just make your first book. It's gonna suck. This is good. I mean, his line art is really good and super consistent. And I have just been nothing but impressed with it every step of the way. And so I just got to say that publicly, man. Top-notch work.
Thank you so much. No, and I mean, really, like, getting the opportunity to do something like this is really like, an open door and like a dream come true, honestly, because growing up reading comics for, years and years as a kid and then as a young adult, and now I've hit a quarter century, and I'm still reading comics, and I continue to, and I want to for, the rest of my life, and being able to say like, wow, I've drawn a comic book, and
Mm-hmm.
gotten to draw really cool characters created by, Brian and colored by you. Like it was so cool. It was so cool just to even think about that coming to fruition, So thank you guys so much, really.
I was, and it's funny, like we've watched your art evolve over the past couple of years that we've been working on this book. Like I'm sure now that we've got it all down, we're gonna go faster. But yeah, we watched your art evolve, and this guy is gonna be taking Fish's job for the next book because the colors your colors were fine when we first picked you up as the artist for this book, but like all of a sudden he's like, I'd like to color the thumbnail, and I was like, Jesus Christ, why didn't you color the whole book? This thing is awesome.
Yeah, after I saw that, I was like, okay, why am I here? I mean,
No,
I'm glad to be here, but yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna miss it, but he's gonna kill it.
Thank you.
I don't know how fast, but we've got time. Like you'll never be faster than Fish.
I got a couple years on him, to pick up speed, but yeah.
Just accept the fact that nobody's ever going to be as fast as Fish, and it'll make your life easier.
That's the difference, though. Like, I think people say quality over quantity, but he's got both of those down. So I think he's got me beat by a million miles.
I got you beat by a couple of books, like about 86 or so.
Oh my God, you're up to 80. The last time I heard you were like 60 something books. Now you're at 80
it's like
something books.
87, I think. Now I need to do a recount. It's hard to remember them all at this point. Like, I'm having to keep notes of where I'm at each book so I can keep up with it.
I believe it. I just did a thing, a little graphic for the Backerkit campaign with all of our books in it, except for the Sundering, because I'm sorry, you guys, I cannot offer that physical with the bundle because it is just too damn big, and we don't have very many copies left, and it costs a lot of money and a lot of time to ship them from China. So we are going to get more eventually, but right now I cannot offer that, and I'm so sorry. But you can pick it up digitally, so if you really want. But the rest of them, every single other book we have, and it's like 36 books, 34 books. And then by the end, we were like, it's going to be about 40 books by the end of the year. So, and you're like double and then some, like you're almost triple what we were at. That's crazy. That's so many books. So many books.
I'm kind of wishing now, I'm kicking myself, if I had just started, like I really wanted when I started 5 years ago and did my first Kickstarter, I really wanted to do my Alice story, but I wasn't brave enough to start on my baby passion project yet. So I did T-Man and Hyperstrike, and then I got busy doing everybody else's books, and then I did Green Zone and Caw and all these things. And now that I'm finally starting on the book that I started this all for, this is why I got into comics, was to do this book. Now I'm like, dang, I could be 13 books into one series instead of 13 into several different, or I could be 80 something books into my own book if I hadn't done everybody else's books, but then I wouldn't have made friends like Sarah and y'all. So, I'm glad to have worked on all these other books, but I'm really glad to get to start doing my own book too, because I love it.
Which, by the way, I'm going to put your linky here. So in the ticker right now, if you go back, Fish is also part of Comictopia, and his book is called Alice Lost in Wonderland, and you should definitely go check it out.
It's a really cool book. Like,
oh my God, you've got a copy already.
Oh yeah, I was going to print me up a copy. I'm missing like a couple of pages are yet to be colored, like I think maybe 3 pages at the end. But like the final edits on a lettering just got done. It's going to be ready to go in a week. And if you get in now, in the first 48 hours, you'll get this double-sided poster with Alice from Mike Watson and then one from me. And and if you're a returning backer from any of my other campaigns, you'll also get that. But if you get in the first 48, you get the double-sided poster. If you get in the first week, you're going to get an Alice mini comic that shows how Alice meets Big Ten, who is her partner there. He's the Tin Man. And then after that, it's going to be up to votes from the backers and stuff as to what the next freebies we release are. But whenever you back, you're going to get all the freebies from then on. So the quicker you back, the more cool stuff you're going to get.
Nice.
I love Alice. Yeah, damn. It's that's like all of the art's really good, and obviously it's your art. It's all good. And you had an Alice short in your anthology too. So
yeah, that was like, and that's in here. The first 2 issues of my anthology have little snippets starting the Alice story, and it got so much feedback from everybody telling me that like that's the story you need to be focusing on. And I was talking with a business friend of mine, and he really asked me a lot of tough questions about my books that I hadn't really answered out loud before. And he was like, well, you need to be focusing on one story. Like, is it Green Zone or is it Caw? Or like, what story do you really want to be telling? And I was like, it's this one.
Supposed to choose?
This is my love story.
Like Green Zone, but Virgil.
No, I love him. But see, that's the awesome thing, though. is with this story, she goes everywhere to all kinds of different dimensions and things. So I can still tell all the other stories I want to tell, just, with her hopping around. And I'm going to finish like issue 4 of Green Zone this year and get it out. But yeah, Alice is going to be my main focus going forward. And I'm probably going to fold Ka over into there and do it as shorts at the end of the book or something. And
Sweet. Ka is also amazing. But like, if I have to choose, if I have to choose two, Ka falls at the bottom of the list. Like, he's great, but I want to know what happens with Virgil, and I want to see more Alice. Like, poor Virgil. You guys have to read the book to know what I'm talking about. But...
Oh yeah, Virgil can't catch a break, unless it's like way in the tiny background of Cthulhu is hard to spell. Like, there's a little happy variant version of Virgil in the background there, but Virgil in Green Zone just can't catch a break to save his life.
Yeah, poor Virgil. So
it's only going to get worse in issue 4.
Now I forgot what I was doing because that made me sad. Poor Virgil. Eventually, I'd like to think some things are going to get good for him. Eventually.
Way down the road.
Okay. So, next ticker. I've got like 4 tickers for y'all today. If you want to be in the drawing to win the free shit that we're going to give away at the end of this live stream, you have to type in #free shit so that I know you want to be entered and that you know that you that I could put you on the wheel, because we're going to pull up the wheel of names, the wheel of random, whatever the hell it's called. I should probably put more than just free shit on there, huh?
That could get some really bad responses.
Well, it has. And I can't get my mouse is working. I got it. I know what I'm doing.
This isn't my first day. Nah.
Okay. Now I know. Now I got it right. Okay. So, what's the next thing? Oh, the Art of Ian Richardson is still going. And you've got less than a day now, I think. Or maybe it's just right about a day. And if you back that one and Granica, then we're going to send you a sticker. And it's a really fucking cute sticker.
Oh, yeah.
This is my computer is deciding now is a great time to act up. I can't just show you stuff because we're on the free version of StreamYard. Like the rednecks that we are. But yeah, it's a little, the sticker for Ian. So if you go, it's ian.lagunastudios.net. That's the third ticker. This ticker, is, if you go and look at the cover, it's a girl, like a space girl riding a rocket, reading a book.
Oh yeah.
And it's really cool. And if you're a art, the comics person, you probably recognize the name Ian Richardson. And so we decided to do a little space cat. You get a little space cat sticker that you'll get if you back Ian's book and Granica at a physical level. And yeah, you only got like a day to do that. So if you want that, any of that stuff, go ahead and take care of that now. And then, do I have anything else? Back Granica, back Alice in Wonderland, and type in free shit. No, okay, so that's all of it. Oh, we got to talk about the cross collab things, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
The cross collabs. Okay, let me see if I can share the screen. So, if I start looking like I have a side quest for you guys, it's because there's a skylight right there, and it's that time of day. But, and the problem here is that now I kind of can't see my screen, which is a thing.
That's why I keep my office dark like a cave. So I can control the light.
Yeah. As soon as we get a better place, as soon as we get a better house, then that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm just gonna paint the damn windows black in the studio so that I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. So okay, so the cross collab thing, and this is a thing on Fish's campaign as well, because everybody in Comictopia has a collab partner, and we collabed with Dren Productions with James Messia, I think. I don't remember how to say his name. It's a weird last name. He's got a weird name. Dren Productions. We'll just go with that. He's doing a book called Cowgirls versus Zombies, which is nothing like Granica. but Kelson and Brian made it work. They came up with an idea, and look at this freaking cover. This is a cool cover, and this is one that Kelson did completely. Like, he did everything on it. So colors and the art and the everything is all. So if you wondered what the hell I was talking about when I said that Kelson's going to take Fish's job, that's what I mean.
So my question is, when you back both of the books that you're partnered up with, what are you getting on your end? Are you getting like another copy of the book with the variant cover on it, or what are you getting?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're getting. If you back both, and this is, so you have to back, if you want physical copies of the book, you have to back at the physical level. But if you back at the digital, you're still going to get a copy of this. But you go and you back Dren Productions book, you go and you back Granica, and then you will literally get 4 comics. So you'll get the copy that you backed for and the collab cover.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I want to do it. I'm gonna do it myself.
The whole cross collab thing is a great idea. Like, we're all partnered up with different books, and so hopefully, our mutual audiences will help lift each other up to get all the extra swag. Like, with my partner, we're doing a cross collab piece of artwork, and on my end, you get a pin-up print of it, and on their end, you're gonna get a sticker of it when you back at the physical tier for both of us.
Yeah, and it's I think that I'd like to do something a little bit more clever next time than just a cover, because like, covers are great. I love covers, but if you're not a cover collector, then maybe you don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't want to. Yeah, so like, maybe and so we'll talk about it. We got a whole year, I think, because I don't think we're doing another one of these till next year. So
I tell you, one thing that I did with a friend of mine on my last Kickstarter was we did a little crossover mini comic, and like half of it is a story that I did and of our stories crossing over, and then half of it is a story that he did on the other side. You flip it over like an old school flip comic, and that was really cool. It was really fun, and these things cost me like 20 something cents to print myself, and like, I spent half the day yesterday printing a giant stack of them for all of our mutual backers, and I'd really like to do more of that, because
that
even
sounds like fun.
The little 8-page ones cost me next to nothing to make, and you could put a fun little extra piece of story in there that you wouldn't get anywhere else. And all of us want more story. Like, I mean, like, honestly, a lot of us have bookmarks shoved all kinds of places and stickers and piles that we're not going to use, but more story? I would be interested to know little bits of extra stuff from around the world. And I think that would be a really fun place to put some of those world building things that, that some of us would really like to be able to tell. Like, where did that name come from? How does this piece of machinery work? Like, it would be a cool place to put little bits of that in. And you could even like make some that just had a couple of diagrams of the machines, and you could explain how it worked and how you got the idea or whatever. You could put all kinds of cool stuff in there. I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, that's a fun idea. And that's an idea. See, I remember who I was joking with, but I was saying, like, we should have partnered with Fish, and Dren Productions should have partnered with your partner, because Dren Productions, Cowgirls versus Zombies, a little not safe for work. It's a mature, you don't want to show that to your kids. And not just for the zombie stuff, but because it's a little there's a little nudity in it, and I don't know what else.
Hardcore.
So to be fair, I have not read it. I just know that it's they've got some cheesecake covers and they got some nude covers, so I know that it's that kind of book. And it might have been better if we partnered with somebody who wasn't because you have an adult book and we have an adult book, and maybe.
My partner made Heart Eater look like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and
oh my gosh,
it is beautiful artwork, amazing artist, beautiful work, but
I like this person, this Gensai. I like the cut of your jib. What he means by Heart Eater is that we have a not safe for work. We have a sexy book too called Heart Eater. We actually have a couple sexy books, and we'll have more by the end of the year. So I mean, Heart Eater is sexy, but to think that it makes it a book. There's a book out there that makes this look
there's
tame.
a reason that they already doubled their goal. That's absolutely why, because it is a sexy book, and having a pretty girl as the creator of it does not hurt one bit, and they're using everything to their advantage, and it's working for them.
That's excellent.
And it is beautiful artwork. I gotta say, I've been so impressed. I honestly doing the pinup that I did was really fun and interesting to try and mimic her style, because it's at first I thought it was a no line art style, but it has colored line art. It's just so subtly different than the main colors. And trying to mimic that was interesting, and I love the way it came out. I honestly have kind of been considering changing the way I do Alice going forward.
Really? Oh, cool.
Maybe doing more of that, because I figured out a way to cheat it that wasn't super hard to do, and it just looks beautiful.
That's cool. I did know, because I did go and back that book too, because I had to know what it was about, because the art, it was about the art. I was like, I need to see this book. And it kind of almost looks like a vector, like they were vectoring everything to me. That's what it looked like. And I thought, Jesus, that takes so much time. But I have no idea how they're doing it. And you're saying there's line art? That's interesting.
There's definitely line art to it. It's just so subtly shaded. But like I said, I figured out a way to cheat it by setting my ink layer to color burn, and then I made my inks a light gray. So it just darkens the color a little bit. And
cool.
And you got to do your coloring a little differently. You can't have your coloring be sloppy behind the line art, because it's not going to get hidden anymore. But so I had to be more careful with what I did coloring it, but it came out looking really cool. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up and show you if I can find it on this computer.
Cool. Yeah, that's really interesting stuff. So so I can't wait to see what it all looks like up close. And I backed your campaign too, so I'll be getting that crossover stuff. So let's talk a little bit about what we're gonna get on Granica while we're waiting for Fish to pull that art up. Like I said, you can all read this yourself. So this thing I want to draw attention to. This is an add-on that we have for the campaign, where you can buy a ticket to a private live stream reading of that original play, that original radio play that we were talking about, and find out all that cool shit that we had to get rid of.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so if you are interested in that at all, grab a ticket. I'm
excited about that one. I'm pretty stoked. It's going to be so cool, because the original, I did all the voices. And that's why there's such a small cast of characters, because I can only do a few voices that sound distinct. And this time we're going to have 4 or 5 people all doing different characters. So it's going to sound a lot more like a radio play, like it was intended.
That's really awesome.
Yeah,
Perfect.
And there's going to be a lot more deep lore, instead of being this ship goes to Mars. It's going to be here's how the ship goes to Mars.
Yeah, there is so much. The book still makes sense to you, but like there is so much stuff that we had to cut out, like little stuff, stuff that isn't necessarily essential to the story, obviously, because we wouldn't have cut it if it was essential. But
Some
just
stuff
like
just
really
gets
fun
moved
stuff,
later.
like one of the characters in the book, Jerry, you get to learn a lot more about Jerry than you do in the book, a lot more. And
second issue is going to be more about him. But yeah, they're
yeah, well,
mostly was like the first issue is Ness.
yes. And we didn't really talk about the characters that much either, and so it's not a spoiler to know about that the cat is not a real cat, but I don't want to spoil it anything too much more than that. I'm gonna try to yield to you, Brian, about telling the story here beyond what we have on our campaign page, because I don't want to accidentally spoil it either. And I know the story, but nobody knows the story as good as you know the story. So, but anyway, yeah, the live stream, it's an add-on. So if you already backed, you can go back and add that as a thing. Tickets are $20 and it'll be private, so only the people who bought tickets are going to be there and be able to interact with us and comment and stuff while we're reading the play. And it's going to be, I think currently we have obviously Brian, myself, Kelson are going to be there. Let's see who else. I think Amanda's coming, so and Lori's coming. Lori's not here today, but she will be there for that. Fish, if Fish is available, hopefully.
I'll be there.
And I don't know how many other voices we need. We'll have to definitely flesh that out. And then, so what else? Oh yeah, how about this cover, guys?
Oh man,
how about this damn cover?
See it, finalized.
So this was pencils by Kelson, obviously, and I don't know why. I think at the time I still didn't know that your colors were like really freaking good, because otherwise I would have offered you to color it, or maybe you told me you didn't want to color it. I don't remember what happened anymore.
I don't think I do either, but I love these colors too.
So
I'm not the only person that forgets things.
I think it's starting to become like I can't even blame it on the ADHD anymore. It's like I just have so much shit to do that I forget stuff, and I need to keep better lists, but like I suck at keeping lists too because ADHD. But anyway, Eve Pinker colored these. You guys remember Eve he colored Super, and he colored some of the Surgeon.
Super was so beautifully colored.
Super is an amazing book. Yeah, he colored a bunch of stuff, and he does lots of video game stuff now. But every now and then, we like to steal him away from that and have him color a cover and make it look as amazing as it deserves to be. And he really knocked it out of the park. Like, Kelson's pencils on this are awesome. But yeah, Ave brought it to life.
Yeah, really. I love the detail of the the space background on the silhouette of the cat. Like how they did that is just it's so cool to just look at it up close and like see all the little dots and details and little things. It's I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It brings it to life, really.
And if you're wondering, like we showed you, because Kelson, you also drew and colored the thumbnail that we have up. So like all the advertisements and things that you're seeing, that was Kelson. That was 100% him. But yeah, like this cover came out so good, and I'm very happy that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
And so that's cover A. So whatever time this eventually ends up in stores, and it will, because we gotta deal with Diamond. So it's gonna be in all the comic book stores. I just don't know when. Probably not for a couple of years yet. So don't everybody get all excited just yet. And then, sorry. Do you need a moment?
Do you need to collect yourself?
Yes. Just
cold shower. So yeah, this cover actually, I think, completed before Kelson's cover, before the A cover. We had this cover from Lloyd Ladera, and How cyberpunky and cool is this thing? I love it.
Classic cyberpunk cover colors.
I'll be honest with you guys. And I'm sorry in advance, Kelson. I told Lloyd, I think that this is going to be the better looking of the two covers. And I said that without ever having seen your work on the cover yet, because you hadn't done it yet. Because we actually got this cover from him. I did it. I was just talking to him, and he's like, I have nothing to work on right now, and I wondered if you had some art for me. And I was like, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love the use of like the pink and the purple. Like that's kind of a little bit like if you look at the Cowgirl Zombies one I drew. I mean, it's got similar colors to this, like it just obviously mine are different, but I liked that really, really bright that blue. I don't know what to call it. It's kind of surrounding it's the glow of the hologram thing that I had.
That teal color?
Yeah, teal. I think that cover, seeing that cover really inspired me to like, enhance this a little bit more and make it pop and shine, It was so cool.
Yeah, like Lloyd loves this. He's got this loose painterly style. Like he's got a very versatile range. He's a very broad range of stuff that he can do. But I was like, here's some money, do whatever you want, that's what I told him. I gave him pictures what we had of all the characters, of course, and then I was like, just do whatever you want. And then he brought this to me, and I was like, I didn't mean you needed to go that hard.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this. Like I was just like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was this he knocked it out of the park. And that's the B cover, which means that the only time you're going to be able to get your hands on that B cover is this campaign. Unless you happen to catch one of us at a convention where we're selling these books, and we still happen to have a couple left. But for the most part, you're only your chances, if you really want this cover, you're going to want to get it on this campaign, because it's not going to really be available anywhere else. What else do we got? We got an acrylic figure. This is just a mock-up, obviously. But we got this is Ness, the main character this is the main character, right? They're the main character.
Main character of the first issue.
Issue 1.
This one for sure.
Certainly featured character, yeah. And this, so you'll have to collect them all, I guess, because we'll have one for every single campaign for every book. But you, if we have because we have to order them, and like, I don't know, I don't remember what the quantities are, but let's just say 25, because I don't want to brain that hard. So if we order them in packs of 25. So if we sell 30, we have to order 50, right? And so if there are a few of these left after we get the campaign all wrapped up and fulfilled, then there'll be 20 left, right? And then we might offer those 20 in the next campaign. But again, if you want this thing, you're gonna have to. Your best bet is to buy it now, and then collect the whole set, because
I need to talk to you about that afterwards, because that is so cool. I've been wanting to do that, and I didn't even think about doing it for this campaign. I may need to make an adjustment real quick and add something in there.
Can I share with you guys a secret that has nothing to do with any of this? One of our upcoming books, I think is coming up in like a month, is one of our sexy books, and we're doing one of these, and it's gonna be reversible.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what I mean? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be reversible.
Oh.
I'm just so tickled by the whole idea, because I was like, can we do that? But can we like print on both? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, we're gonna get in trouble now.
Oh, I see.
Shit's gonna get weird.
That's not gonna be a sit down on the table at the con and let people. You're gonna have to be like,
yeah, no.
This one is reversible in this case that I will sell you later. But like, you're not letting the kids grab that one.
Yeah. I was like,
I did that with my work badge. have a
Oh
badge
my
printer.
god, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. More than
They
a
should not
naughty
let
one.
you near the badge printer, should they?
I want to have the whole back of Alice just on there, just her backpack and stuff that I rarely get to draw completely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
We should do. We should do a. We should do a thing. If you're gonna get all crazy with that badge printer, we should do a giveaway for a badge or something.
Oh, that's cool.
That'd be
Maybe a
fun.
NES Granica ID badge.
Yeah.
Oh,
like an ID
dude, you
badge
could even
giveaway.
you could do one a little bit higher price with your picture in there, and make that a higher priced thing to get. That would be so cool.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
I don't think it doesn't make sense to have my picture in there. But it
No,
makes
I'm
sense to make
saying
the
like if I
ID.
paid you $100, you put my
yeah.
picture in there and write a little what
Yeah.
department I work in on the ship or whatever.
I didn't
So you
think
can be
about
a
that.
Granica Corpo yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn. Now we might have to talk and see about adding some rewards here, cause shit.
I know a guy with a badge printer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That's a
I know,
cool
but
idea.
I know somebody who can get us into trouble with badges too. We don't need no stinking badges. Okay. So Gensai says sexy books, sign me up. Yeah, we got sexy books. We got
if
sexy books. We got violent books. We got funny books. We got.
If you
all-
like cleavage and underboob, then you need to go check out Alice. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna tell you why because y'all need to go read Alice to learn this. But like, there's a reason why there's so much underboob, and it's hilarious, and also a little bit, I guess, a little bit sad, maybe. I don't know, but it's mostly funny to me. So you have to
There's
go
an actual purpose behind everything. Like Brian was saying, like she wears these like stocking things, which is not just trying to be sexy with her. Like the material they're made out of is actually protective, and it's something I designed for the World of Green Zone. And like nobody is gonna know this right now until it comes up later, but it's like flex steel and it's like a neoprene. I call it a non-Newtonian fabric, but like when you hit it,
nice.
it hardens. And so like, blows, knives, bullets to a point will harden it like steel. So it's protective and it's flexible until you get hit. And I'm telling you, man,
Sorry, I'm not
underboob
laughing
and
at you. I'm
generational
laughing at
trauma,
Gensai.
man, it's good stuff. You need to go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And that
I would
one's
buy
GoMrFish.com. Oh, and for everybody who maybe just joined us, who's not been here for the whole thing, type in #FreeShit if you want to get entered into the drawing for free shit. And right now we've only got 2 people, so you're guaranteed some free shit. I might just send a comic to both of y'all just cause we can, because I have the power.
Can I get
Shots.
Well, Kelson, you already got access to everything, don't you? If you don't, you should have asked, because I could give you that. I mean PDF, but I'll also send you a copy of the physical stuff if you want it. I'm cool like that.
We're mostly keeping spoilers out for Kelson's sake. Can't have an artist knowing what happens next.
T-shirt. We always have a T-shirt, right? Let's see. I think Delaney and Gensai are gonna be like super fans here.
I think they will.
You guys are. I have made no secret of how much I love it when the audience interacts. I love when you guys talk, even if I don't catch every single. If I don't catch every single comment, like, because sometimes they come too fast for just me, but I love when everybody interacts. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Anyway, yeah. So T-shirt. Oh, Gensai loves the T-shirt or likes the T-shirt. Doesn't love it, just likes it. Sorry.
It could grow into a
It's
love.
more of a platonic relationship with the shirt, but it's not nothing, but it's not love.
Just like is good. I'll take like.
Absolutely.
And that cat is actually the actual cat on which the cat in Granica is based. Like, that's the pictures. We sent pictures of that specific cat to Kelson as our reference pictures. So So I was like, it's only fitting.
The cat
Model
posed
example of catitude.
Yes.
If you want to get a better look at it, it's showing up kind of crap on the stream here. But I'll just tell you that catchphrase is perfect for the particular cat in the rest of the design there. So we'll just leave it at that. But it's also very broadly generalizing, like it's appropriate for all cats.
And many of the people who are going to wear that shirt.
I'm definitely getting a copy. I'm probably going to get 2 copies because I tear every shirt that I have, and every shirt that I love, I should say, ends up with a tear in it.
Me, it's the same thing, but with stains.
I only wear my swag shirts now, all the time.
Damn it. And I was thinking about offering a Laguna Studios, like a standard Laguna Studios shirt in every campaign, but I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. Y'all should tell me if that would be something you'd be interested in. Because I don't want to put it up there and waste space if you don't want it.
I love mine.
Name for the people who follow Laguna Studios, like Lagoonies.
We don't, but that's perfect.
It kind of is right there.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had to do. Like, yeah, we have to.
Start each show with a welcome, Lagoonies. We are streaming.
You guys
now
can
and
read this
launching.
stuff yourself because we already told, like, you know who's done this. And this isn't even everybody. This is just like the main characters here. And like I know Amanda belongs in this list too because Amanda's a freaking rock star. And
Agreed.
she wrote a bunch of stuff, a bunch of press release stuff for me, which I don't even know if it would have got done if she hadn't done it. And she did an amazing job. And she also was a part of the writing process. It's just either all of Lori's Space or none of Lori's Space, but not just half of it. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, part of like the whole adapting, like Brian was saying, adapting the comic or adapting the radio play into a comic. I don't know if Brian would have survived if it hadn't been for Amanda.
I give it about a 60-40 odds.
That's fair. Yeah, so that's our stuff, man. And if you want that ticket to the live stream, this is where you go. Add-ons, but you gotta back first. Man. And if you want that ticket to the live stream, I don't like that you're there. Go away. So the live stream starts up. See, it's kind of cool that Backerkit has the live stream available. Like you can sync your streams to Backerkit, which is a thing I'm going to do with every live stream that we're going to be on if I can make it happen.
That's cool.
Anyway, the featured add-on here is the ticket. So go get a ticket if you want to see that, if you want to hear the radio play.
And I assume it's going to be a little more than just like, okay, we are starting, play commences, nobody talk, and then we stop and we just kick everyone out of the room. I hope that there's going to be a chance for us to be like, chat with the audience.
I've never done a live stream where we haven't veered horribly off topic. So if I'm going to be running this show, then yeah, you're.
I have anything to say about it. We're getting off topic at some point.
It's just what's happening. That's you gotta. Yeah, and we got a whole month to prepare for that thing. More than a month. It's gonna be August 24th, which is a Saturday. It's at 5:00 Eastern. So nice matinee showing. And yeah. So Delaney says I need to get that figurine. Agreed.
I'm saying.
It's really cute. Like, I think that's going to look really good when it's printed up. Like, it's going to look really good. And that's 100% Kelson's art as well.
Very true.
And Gensize wants the shirt. Also, should get the shirt. I'm going to switch screens here quick. Because this is that style that we were discussing before.
That's the colored line art style, and that's the crossover pinup that you'll get from my end, and it'll be a sticker on their end. Nice. And I really like the way that came out. Now, she's going to be redoing part of that artwork, so her character, she's going to redo that and in her style.
Nice.
Which is awesome to get to have it be a collaborative piece between the both of us. But for right now, that's what I got. And
awesome.
You know how I am. I got it done. I finished it quickly. But I love the way that line art came out.
Yeah, it looks great.
So cool. I love the it's like, what would you call that? Like just a splash page like that. I love that effect, and it's so cool to see the little details, and I love that tin guy. He's so cool.
Yeah. I had come up with the idea for the character of this like automaton that had been living forever, and I had several different story ideas for him. And then when I was melding all of these stories together, I was like, oh, wait a minute, he would make a great partner for her. And he had never had a face up until that point because I wanted him to look inhuman. But as I was mixing all these stories together and taking the story I worked on for 30 years and taking new ideas I had and surgically altering and putting them together, he started to take on this different personality. And I had another really obscure character, and I took some traits from him, and it was like this living tree that throws on a pair of sunglasses and a hat and a scarf and thinks that nobody can tell he's not a human. And so I gave him like a welded on mustache and a pair of glasses and the hat. He's convinced nobody can tell he's an automaton, and he thinks he's blending in flawlessly with the organics and has no idea that anybody else can tell. I think
he looks a lot cooler than most, actual organic beings. So I think it works out in his favor.
I couldn't tell he wasn't a human, but to be fair, I'm 3 raccoons in a trench coat. So what are you gonna do?
Exactly. It's a very, very convincing, costume. I mean, it's amazing.
That's what happens when you put all your points into disguise.
Yeah, and then all of his personality just took on its own traits after he got this look. And now all of a sudden, and he's a really tall guy. So he's constantly because I'm a really tall guy, he's constantly dodging all the little people around him and trying not to bump into anybody. And he's constantly cleaning his glasses, even though he doesn't have eyeballs. And he's just this become this really polite, really friendly guy. And I just love him. He's just such a great juxtaposition to Alice, who's a little bat crazy and violent. And I love having a lady that's beautiful and tough and violent and uses her looks to her advantage. If dressing skimpy can get her closer to a bounty, absolutely, I will prey on your stupidity and use it to my advantage. And I love her.
Cool stuff.
So I figured out where I had decided to show you guys the sticker for the Ian Richardson thing. So I'm gonna pull and I'm gonna swap my screens here and show you that really quick. Because if you back them both, Ian's book has got 23 hours left, and it's over on Kickstarter. So if you have not backed it and you want to, you've only got a few more minutes, a few more hours, and if you back both, you get that. That is coming as a sticker, and it's adorable, right?
Whoa.
This is freaking adorable.
It's so cute.
So you'll get that sticker. I know, right? Oh,
I was just stuck in space with nothing to climb on. Poor guy.
There is no edge to knock things off. What am I doing here?
That is so cool.
So that's what you'll get. It's going to be a little, 3-inch sticker. That's the stretch goal. So that's the Rocket Girl that we were talking about. And that'll be a glitter sticker. So the cat's a plain sticker, but the stretch goal here is a glitter sticker. If you back both Ian's book and Granica at a physical level, that's the sticker you'll get. And if we manage to get to $10,000 before the end of the campaign, that you'll also get that sticker. In addition to everybody who already backed is getting this metal bookmark. Whoa. Which Catwoman, right? And I acknowledge that these books are a little more expensive because it's a big art book. It's going to have 70 pages. It's going to have more than 70 pages. Like, we are literally adding pages to the book as Ian completes art. So we're trying very hard to, like, we're going to cram as much as he finishes into it before we absolutely have to send it to print. So I don't actually even know how many pages it will be yet. That's just what we're doing. We knew it was going to be less than 100 pages, so we're like, yep, we're just going to shove as much stuff as we can in here. And so everybody who backed at a physical level is getting this, and we might make it. Might do it. It's less than $2,000, so it might happen. Space Kitty. Let's see. What else do we need to talk? Oh, we need to talk about the Exquisite Corpse comic.
Oh yeah.
We should talk about that. Okay, so y'all, if you back 5 projects in the Comictopia project, and it's really easy to find if you go to our page, which back at .lagunastudios.com.net, backit.lagunastudios.net. You will see very easily. Let me put it back up here so that I can point right to it here. You go onto the thinger here, and like there's a Comictopia button right there. If you scroll down here, you'll see my cross collab, and you'll see your activity in Comictopia, which currently I've backed 4. That's going to go up, trust me. I just haven't had time to look at everybody else's stuff yet and back it. But I was gonna
back this book, but then once I got on there, the video kicked on and it was driving me nuts. So I had figured I'd wait till the stream's over.
Yeah, that's where I was like, I just don't have enough stuff. I don't have enough stuff to do yet. You know, I've got to add a couple more things to the pile. But anyway, 4 comics so far that I backed, and that's what it'll show you when you're on the page here to back. But then there's another, you see scroll, explore projects. If you go to the Comictopia section here, that's like all this stuff, like just, it's everywhere is what I'm saying. The Comictopia button is everywhere. Just click it. And that, if you back 5 of any of those
really
books,
cool stuff on there.
It really is. Like there's 30 creators,
I think
in the
31
neighborhood of 30.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood of 30. And this is the inaugural event, so I expect there to be like 100 next year. It's gonna be chaos next year. But so this just like anywhere, and if you back 5 of them, then you will get this comic that so every single creator who has a comic in Comictopia created a single page, and
I shared mine with you. If you want to show it, you can show it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a story, and I think I might just like y'all just guess what the hell's going on here based on what Fish got on the screen. But we were given an assignment, and they were said, okay, follow these rules, but then as long as you follow these rules, anything else goes. Do whatever you want. So I think that there's definite possibility that there will be some not safe for work stuff in here. I don't know.
Absolutely there will be.
I mean, clearly there's underboob. We just saw it. But this comic is where everybody was told they gave us the premise of the story. They gave us a small set of rules, and then they said, just as long as you follow the rules, go crazy. Yeah. And so the only way you can get this comic is if you back 5 projects in the Comictopia event thing. So click the Comictopia button. It'll take you to the page. There's a bunch of like heads, like little floating heads of everybody's characters on there. Just pick a floating head and click it and see if you like it. If you back 5 of them, you get this extra comic, and it's totally free. Like it's complimentary. It's not free. You got to back the other things to get it, but like it's complimentary if you back 5 or more of the Comictopia projects, and it's I don't know. I wasn't really, I didn't really have an opinion on it at first, but the more I saw of everybody's projects, of everybody's contributions to this, the more I'm like, I'm kind of into it now, and it's fun, and it's silly, and I don't want to show you our page because I don't want to spoil it, because there's something fun about it that I don't want to spoil, so I'm not going to show you.
Yeah, it's really
That's
cool.
just what it's called now. It's Tragic Underboob.
It needed an official name. Now it has one.
Tragic Underboob.
That's my band name.
That's a good band name.
I have to admit, like, when I first started drawing her, I went back. Like, I had published the first maybe 14 pages of the story in my anthology as installments, and I went back and redrew her shirt in almost every panel because I realized, like, I was drawing it where like half her boobs were hanging out no matter what she was doing, and I was like, you can't have half of them hanging out when she's just standing there and then not have everything go crazy when she lifts her arms. So I redrew everything and changed everything a little bit to make it make a little more sense, because like the details drive me nuts, and I like the way it is better now, and it's a little more fun to draw, and it makes the peaky parts even more exciting.
You thought this out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I put a lot of thought in. I had to do more research than I thought about. Like, I had to start paying attention to how the shirts work and looking at images I don't normally look at, and kind of, my wife was giving me the side eye, and I was like, look, I can cut one of your shirts off and you can model it for me, or I can go looking on Pinterest and, find some pictures to work off of.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the life of an artist gets a little weird, gets a little, like, just, if I die suddenly, I just want somebody to clear my browser history before before the cops get to it, because weird shit.
I am constantly having to think of like creative ways to Google something without getting myself on a watch list. Like when I was doing my first book, one of the main characters is a girl in middle school with Tourette syndrome, and because I grew up with Tourette's, and so the story was about a superhero with Tourette's, and the main character is a middle school girl and her friends, and I was like, how do I Google like what do little girls wear without sounding like a creeper? And it finally hit me, like, like girls back to school fashion, and that gave me a whole bunch of like ads from stores, and I got to like get some ideas and make some cool looking outfits that weren't just all a t-shirt and jeans, and got to give everybody a cool individual look and stuff. But oh yeah, there's so much, like, machine guns, bombs, Nazi flags, black man crying. Like, if you just take my search history on its own, I sound like a psychopath.
Yeah, it's like,
and then crockpot recipes.
So much. Yeah, and Jeffrey commented that he's like your search history is like 90%. It's either borderline porn or it is porn. And I was like, well, I'm making a sexy book. I need to see stuff sometimes.
Research. It's all research.
It is. It's like, and like when it's in context, you get it, and it's like a little less. Well, depending on how puritanical you are, I guess it's a little less weird. But like it at least makes sense. Whether or not you're offended, in context it makes sense. But out of context, what is wrong with this person?
I like how you're not safe for work is your work.
Yes, yeah. That's my favorite part. I was at one point borrowed a computer that was technically a student computer, and it was meant to be for test purposes. But the fact that it was a student computer in the first place, I was like, I'm totally looking up naked women on this, and definitely make sure you wipe it before you give it back. It's like,
sure, and I kept wipe it before you give it back to your Catholic college.
Yes, dude. It was a thing, man.
Makes you feel better. Some of them are nuns.
To be fair, those people that are the ones that preach the puritanical stuff seem to be the ones that are the weirdest about like they're the ones that get into the freakiest stuff. Let's be honest. Come on.
This is true. Yeah.
That's been my experience anyway.
They're the
And
ones
I'm just like,
for the nun underboob.
Nunderboob. Like, kill me.
Okay, now I gotta put like a whole cult of like killer nuns in there in skimpy outfits. I gotta figure out how to make that make sense.
None.
Oh no! Ooh.
It'll be
What is the name of that?
Underboob versus Magic Underboob.
Magic Underboob. Fish. I have a thing. Shit. I need. It's a book. It's a movie that I need you to read. That'll help you with your research about nuns.
Read a movie.
Shut up! I'm not back here again. I think.
I mean, if it's a script, he could read it.
Oh, The Cherokee Kid is the name of the movie. It's got Sinbad in it. It's ridiculous. But anyway, if you watch that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about with the nun, like how to get the nuns into your story. Like, just trust me.
All right.
You'll figure it out. It's actually a really fun movie. It's not a great movie, it's not going to be an epic. It's
a Sinbad movie that's not epic. I find that hard to believe.
But it's better than The First Kid or whatever, that one where he plays the Secret Service agent to the president's son. It's better than that one. It's actually, I really quite enjoy the movie. I'm not gonna.
She really knows her Sinbad movies.
I'm not gonna pretend that I know shit.
One title.
Oh, and see, this is how you know that Fish hasn't known me for like 10 years yet, because he would know how much I love my shitty movies. I love shitty movies so much.
I have a real love of really bad movies, like particularly sci-fi and superhero and stuff. Like all those like red box knockoffs from Russia that they put out real quick, like before the main movie comes out. Oh my God, I love those so much. Like I have so much fun with those. My kids got me Transmorphers for Christmas, and it is one of my favorite bad movies of all time. Like the version I saw
that one
had sections where the audio was completely out of sync with the scene, and it like people are talking in a love scene, a laser blaster going off, and then they're flying in a ship and people are making out on the audio. It was so bad. One part went backwards for no reason. I loved it so much. I don't know if they fixed it in later releases, but that first one, choice. I loved it so much.
Honestly, I was going to say, like, if I had to pick a go-to, I wouldn't say it's bad. I would call it like a guilty pleasure, but actually it's a pleasure because I just love it, is Scooby-Doo movies. Like all the animated Scooby-Doo movies from like 1980 to today, there's more than you think. And I've watched every single one of them, and they're all incredible. And I love them.
Nice. Yeah, I love bad movies. I particularly love bad movies that were made in the 90s. The stories tend to be incoherent, and I love to shred.
Flavor. The 90s flavor is.
And we are never going to recapture that ever again. Like, we'd have to destroy the entire world and repopulate and build. It would just.
And like seeing the stuff that they got away with and the stuff that they pulled off with crappy, homemade special effects, and I just love it so much. There's the character, the original Ninja Turtles movie, the dude that plays Casey Jones, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was on Chicago PD. He was in the Cyborg sequel, like the Jean-Claude Van Damme Cyborg. He was in the sequel to that absolutely nobody saw, with an unknown actress that nobody had ever heard of. Her daddy probably got her job on this. It was one of her early movies. Her name was something like Angelina Jolie, I think. And he had this long, involved sex scene with, like, I'm guessing a 19-year-old, maybe Angelina Jolie in, like, perfect mint out-of-the-box form. And I do not know how this man goes anywhere in his life without just walking in the door like, did I ever tell you about that time I worked with Angelina Jolie? Like, I don't know how he doesn't just do that for the rest of his life.
Wow.
And I could not quit laughing throughout the whole Chicago PD series when he was on there. Like every time he'd be on there, I just start snickering to myself, like, did I ever tell you about that time that I was working with? Because now he's like this old bald dude. But once upon a time, he was the star of this movie. And whew, if you ain't seen it, it's a bad movie, but it
That's amazing.
it's eye-opening.
You say eye or fly?
God damn it. All right, we gotta quit this stream, man.
No,
You guys are you're getting too wild. It's too much.
You want to talk crazy stuff? I can talk crazy stuff all day long.
I know. That's why we better stop now.
Or there's a
For real, so
lawsuit.
is there anything we forgot to cover on this stuff? Is there anything anybody else wants to talk about?
Go back, Granica. Go back, the Ian Richardson book. Go back. Go to GoMrFish.com. Go check out Alice, Lost in Wonderland.
Yeah, do that.
Hit the main points.
It's yeah, those things. And like, I do remember one more thing. Because like we have so much free shit you can get. Like we have, if you back both Ian Richardson's book and Granica, you get the cat sticker. If you back Cowgirls vs. Zombies and Granica, you get an extra comic. You get 2 extra comics with variant covers. If you back in the first 48 hours, you get a free sticker, which is just the Granica logo. If you're a backer that has backed our stuff on Backerkit before, you get a code to get a free digital comic from our store, from anywhere. There was more free shit, wasn't there? There's so much free shit. And that's in addition to all the fun stuff that we've got that you can purchase too. Like we've got all fun stuff to purchase, including a great comic. And yeah,
Alice is the same way. Like I said before, if you get in the first 48 hours, you can get this double-sided poster. Or if you're one of my previous backers on any of my other campaigns, like you were saying, you can get that poster as well anytime you back. And then if I could find it, if you get in the first 48 hours, you get this poster plus everything that comes after that as a freebie. If you miss it, the first week backers get a mini comic about how Alice met Big Ten for the first time. And then it's just going to be more freebies after that. So the earlier you get in, the more cool swag you're going to get. It's just going to pile up.
awesome. Yeah. When we get to our goal amount on this one, Kelson's already working, maybe already has it done. I don't even know. Because you were talking about going to get it done today. We have a stretch goal reward ready for if we, when we hit our goal, we have stretch goal stuff planned. Like you're gonna get so much, like so many little. Yes. Gensai said, want to see them all fully back. They all look really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Delaney agrees. The Cosmic Kitty image is so cool. Yeah. All the art on these books is amazing. Like, they're all so good.
I've done about $50 since we got on the stream.
What is ours at? Let me check. Woo!
Way to go.
We're closing in. I was kind of like ambitiously hoping. I was like, we'll get $1,000 before the stream starts, and I knew that wasn't going to happen, but like maybe. And I mean, I'm very happy with this. Like, we're doing quite well. And this is going on. Yeah, this is going until August 8th, I believe. Where the hell? Yeah, August 8th. And they're all ending at the same time. They all began at the same time, all ending at the same time. Unless we have people back right at like the last minute, then it's going to engage overtime mode, which means as long as somebody backs within 10 minutes, we'll have the overtime mode will extend it by 10 more minutes. So it's kind of a weird, fun little thing, but as much as I love it, I only want that to happen if we already funded. Like, I don't want that to happen and be like, oh my god, is it gonna? Like, I don't want that to happen. Delaney said, everything is beautiful. Congratulations to you all on all of your hard work. Thank you. This is so, and Gensai says as well, congratulations, well done. Thank you. And, before we go, we can take a few minutes to talk about, we're going to have some upcoming live streams. And I'm going to pull that whole schedule up because I don't remember what all we're going to be on. I know we're going to be on 5-Star Fridays. Let's see here. Why do I have so many folders? Like, it makes it so organized, but then, like, you have to click open 1,000 folders.
Yeah, I have all my stuff kind of very OCD organized, but then if you don't remember what year you hired me for a job for, I don't know what folder to start in, and then it gets really hard to dig through all of the Sarah folders and all of the years to figure out where that file is. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
my Dropbox is a labyrinth.
One more time while I'm digging up the live stream schedule here. If you type #free shit, we're gonna put you in the drawing. If nobody else enters, we're just gonna send some free shit to Delaney and Gensai because, like, I'm not making you guys buy for a comic. We're just gonna send you both a comic. I have two. Okay, so our live stream schedule is this coming Monday. We have a live stream, which is Critical Affection. It's my show. I can put y'all on every show if I want to. It's my show. I can do what I want. Critical Affection. We're gonna talk about Granica again. On August 2nd, we're gonna be on Four Tales at 8 o'clock at night. That's, I think, the first day of their new schedule. So yeah. They do. I don't know if they're doing summer hours, if this is temporary, or if they're going to be switching to
No,
Fridays.
they're trying to permanently move to Friday nights because Saturday mornings was just hard for them to work out.
Saturday mornings was hard for me to be able to watch the damn show too, because like they had it on at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I can't.
Oh,
get
I
up that
loved
early.
it. I loved it, man. I was up, had my coffee, I was nice and awake, and I could watch it right before I could turn it on and then start working and listen to them, and I loved it. It was at the perfect time. Then they moved it to like 11, and I missed it almost every week because I was already hard at work.
I was the reverse. I was always either like I was probably always awake in time to watch it, but I was never like functional. I'm a wake up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning kind of person. So, anyway, also August 2nd.
Because we're in such different time zones. I'm like, should I text Sarah? It's like 9 p.m. here, so it's like 11 o'clock. I'm a texter, and then 2 minutes later, like, here's the answer.
Yeah, because I don't know what schedule is.
I feel so bad when I text regular people. Like I get done with a page, and I was like, oh man, this is awesome, and so I message it to a bunch of friends, and then I realize that it's like midnight 30. And I'm like, oh, damn, some of them have kids and are asleep and stuff for work. I hope I didn't wake them up with the ding. But,
yeah, I had that one time that happened. I was already on a voice call with Lori, and her other half was on a call with Mike Watson. And then all of us realized that we were all awake at the same time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the very next night, we were on Chat and Draw, and so we had a good laugh about that. Like I didn't even realize Mike was talking to. I didn't realize Mike was still awake and talking, and yeah, it was just like we learned after the fact that, oh my gosh, it was like artists are not like, especially if we're doing this comic book thing full time. Like we don't do the daytime schedule thing. That's not a thing for us. It's not. But, okay.
Daytime is just inconvenient.
It is. I hate going anywhere during the day, and I'm pissed off since COVID happened. I'm pissed off that everything's closed now. Like nobody opened up their 24-hour stuff in the small towns. So now we're still stuck with the 11 o'clock at night cut off, and I can't just go to the grocery store at 3 in the morning and shop. I have to do it when there's people there, and it makes me so mad.
Move to San Francisco with me. Easy peasy.
Well, I mean, this comic book gig doesn't really pay for my life now, so I can only imagine how much it would not pay.
I'm saying I'm just barely squeaking by because I live in Arkansas. I would not survive any other state making what I'm making on my own books right now. But I'm getting to tell my own stories, and that's worth a lot.
That's what's important.
That's valuable.
Okay, we talked about 5-Star Friday. We're going to be on 5-Star Fridays on August 2nd. We're going to be on Four Tales on August 2nd. And those are on the same channel, so you don't even have to change your channel. It's all on the YouTube Agents of Geekdom. Critical Affection's also on Agents of Geekdom. Actually, all of these are Agents of Geekdom. I wonder why I managed to book all the Agents of Geekdom shows really easily.
I wonder. Right? It's a shock, really. It's just the luck of the draw.
Anyway, so, and Chat and Draw. We're going to be on Chat and Draw on August 7th. And this schedule is fluid. We're going to add more shows. We've got 3 weeks of campaigning to do for this comic. So just keep an eye on the Backerkit page. That's where we'll post our updates and stuff. And we got this. Did we show the community tab? Because I need to find the right tab. There we go. This tab here. We're going to post stuff. We're going to communicate with y'all. You guys can interact with us. Hello, there it is. That's communicate with y'all. We don't want that to be playing. Yeah, you can. There's polls. Go vote in the polls. We might do polls where we give away stuff. I'm not sure because we hadn't thought that far ahead yet. And let's see. FAQ. Yeah, we don't care about the FAQ page. If you have a question, just ask me. Just ask. It's fine. But yeah, like you can go and you can post stuff, start a discussion. We can respond to you on there. You can comment. Like it's all kinds of fun stuff you can do because Backerkit is amazing. Backerkit is kicking Kickstarter's butt right now as far as the functionality. Man.
Just the way you can talk to people and get advice and help, and the fact that like they reviewed our pages and gave me a list of things that I could do better is amazing. That's so much better than just a bot response. Like, okay, it's approved from Kickstarter. And, I had to write this one lady email and just tell her how much I appreciate their help on this. It made this such a nice experience.
Absolutely. 100% agreed. And I don't think I have Brian and Kelson set up on here so that you guys can interact directly with people too on here. And I want to make sure we do that. So when we're done, y'all, we'll talk about that.
Cool, yeah.
Because you should be able to talk too. It's your project too. Yeah, I think we've covered everything and then some. Like, we covered none under boobs, so I think that we can't go anywhere else from there.
Oh, there's lots of places.
Well, sure, but no place that's appropriate. And this is a very borderline appropriate company as well. Like, so, you gotta. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. If you are here watching the show after the fact, you can still comment on the YouTube page or over on the Backerkit page, and we'll still respond to you. I like to make sure that I check messages there. What else was I gonna say? Oh, Delaney and Gensai, just send your mailing info to whoever can get it to me. I think people here, right? So just send it to me. I'm just gonna send you guys a comic. You guys can just have a free comic because I'm not drawing. I'm not drawing between two people.
As fun as that would be, and I'll bring it to Gensai personally. I'm going to the UK in a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
you know what? Actually, that'd be cheaper. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'll just mail it to you.
The plane ticket's probably cheaper than shipping.
No shit. Oh my god.
Hi, USPS. I want to send a few pieces of paper to the UK. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah. No, you don't. Trust me. No, you don't.
Mortgage.
Yes, I have to sell a kidney to send
and
a package.
which address in the UK? Because it's a different price for everybody.
Oh my god.
Nuts.
You guys know, well, everybody that's a fan of Laguna Studios knows of Katie Rooston. And Katie lives in the boondocks of Scotland, and it legit. Okay, so Ian Richardson lives in a city. I don't remember which one. Manchester? Birmingham? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. The point is, he lives in a big city in the UK, and Katie lives in BFE in Scotland. Same country, right? Same block of land, but it costs a
island.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. But it costs a good $25 more to send Katie anything because she lives in the sticks. It's wild.
They've got I asked somebody at the post office about it because the price was so wildly different city to city, and the guy at the post office told me that there's like individual different post offices that cover different areas, so you have to charge to go through each district to get to where you're going, and it's not one overarching thing. It's what he told me. Could be wrong, but it just blows my mind.
Yeah. Isn't it wild to think that there's a mail service out there that's worse than the USPS?
It amazes me.
I don't blame the USPS, just so we're clear. It's not the USPS's fault. It is political. Crap fault that the USPS sucks. But the point is, the Royal Mail sucks more.
It amazes me how many regular backers we get from Ireland and Singapore and Australia. Australia is ridiculous to send anything to. I missed one book in a package to one of my backers from Singapore, and he messaged me about it. It was $50 to send that one book to him, but this dude backs every campaign all the time, no matter what, gets every cover, every poster, everything. So yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna eat $50 and send him that book because he's the best. And I love having him on our team, so I'm gonna send it. But dang, it's crazy expensive.
I believe it. Oh, and you can use Pirate Ship, and that helps because they have their own system. Maybe that's why it's called Pirate Ship. I don't know, but the point is, it's still cheaper, but it ain't that cheap.
Yeah, it's still pricey.
It's crazy. But so, before we go, where can we find you guys on the interwebs? We'll start with Kelson because he's next to me in the picture. So, Kelson, where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah. So you can find me at Instagram. That's kind of where I post really any of my art. I have a website, but it's very old. The website is also on my Instagram, so you will still have access to it. But the Instagram is at kel.s0, and that's me.
kel.s0. And also we're following, and I think you can go to Instagram and just type in Kelson Steele and you come up as one of the top options too. So so very findable. And if you can't find him, send me a message on Laguna Studios. I'll hook you up. Brian, where can we find you?
24hourengineer.com. It's my blog. Actually, I talk a lot about it. I just sent a message to the YouTube chat, so if you can pop that up, people can see it on the screen. And it's mostly my blog about me building stuff, but Granica is one of the things I've built. If you search for Gravy Shock on there, that's how to find it.
You have a lot of stuff that you wrote on there, right? You got several things on there, because I remember my first attempt to get one of Brian's stories into a comic was not Granica. It was not Gravy Shock.
Right.
So
and
we might still do that someday. Just so clear. We might. I don't know. It's just this one was more exciting at the time. So
right.
Because it had a kid in it. Where can we find you, Mr. Fish?
I am Mr. Fish Comics everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards. And most importantly, GoMrFish.com will take you right to whatever I'm working on now, which right now is Alice Lost in Wonderland. So that link will take you right there and take you straight to the book. And then you can back it and get the cool book that I've been working on for 30 years.
And it'll be worth it, too. I haven't seen the whole thing, but trust me, I've seen enough. It'll be worth it.
Oh, man. It has got... It's got all kinds of bloody stuff and lots of action and adventure and time-worshipping cult armies and ghosts and demonic deal-making monsters and criminal warlords and all kinds of awesome stuff in the first issue.
And Steven!
Whoa.
Your search history, man.
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, you do not. I had to finally make a rule that I'm not doing any more books with Nazis in it because I cannot take researching any more swastikas or propaganda. I'm done. I can't do it. Either make up some Hydra or something for your world, or I'm not doing it because I'm done researching Nazi propaganda posters. Just job after job after job was like, well, we need to punch Nazis. That means I have to spend all my time Googling Nazis. No, I'm done. I don't want to look at it anymore. I've had enough. I'm up to here.
You should be able to. Again, with the VPN, that's smart. That's
out.
business expense.
Yeah, VPN is probably a really good idea for like every artist to be setting up.
My daughter-in-law convinced me to get one. Yeah.
And also, obviously, if you want to find me or our stuff at Laguna Studios Comics on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. We're not on Twitter because Twitter is Twitter. But we're on.
I still have one, but I haven't posted to it in forever.
I don't do anything with it.
A little musky.
I do kind of like watch.
I don't normally make fun of people's names.
Oh my god!
He's a freaking multi-billionaire. He could.
Yeah, you're punching.
Yeah, I'm not punching down here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god! Oh, I love a good pun.
Oh, nice. Back when I still had brains. Back when my brains were not pudding, I remember trading puns back and forth with Brian, and he always won. He always won the game, but I used to be able to keep up with him for a while.
Yeah, Amanda can wipe the floor with me. Her puns are fast. It's impressive and scary.
Yeah, it's interesting to know somebody that can actually beat you at that, because as Gensai said, "You so funny."
Oh, my family, it's all about cracking jokes. And like, there have been times that my kids have come back at me with comebacks so quickly that literally made me want to cry because they stung so bad. And I was like, never prouder than that moment. Then they hit it that hard, that quick, that nail on the head. I was so proud. And then I met my sweet, loving, generous, kind, thoughtful wife. And I was like, all right, guys, y'all can't play with them the way we play. Like, we play too rough. You can't do that to them. They haven't grown up accustomed to this. You can't come in swinging with the jokes the way we do. And so far, it's been pretty good. But, yeah, there have been a couple of times, like my stepdaughter has jumped into the fray and gotten her ears boxed in the process with jokes. But, like, if you're going to jump in, the boys will let you jump in, but
that's fair.
You got to be ready because it's gonna sting.
I hear that. So, all right. Don't think we have anything else to talk about right now, except go back our books.
Mm-hmm.
Do the thing, and we'll see you guys on Monday on Critical Affection over at Agents of Geekdom Network. It's on YouTube and Twitch and shit, so you'll find it. It'll be fine. Otherwise, bye!
I'm waving, I promise.
Waving
I'm waving under the circle.